Hello and welcome to the best mods for Xbox PC, where we will be looking at some of the best mods to check out each and every single day, or at least that's the aim. There'll be something here for everyone, definitely worth checking out. Use the chapters where you need them. If you do get anything out of this, consider liking, subscribing. It goes a really long way. Appreciate your time. Let's get into it.
Praise the mighty goddess Adreja. Oh, I've got a couple interesting mods to show you now. One of them is very handy. This is something that we've been able to do on PC since the dawn of time, but now it's handed over to you guys on Xbox. As well as now we can do the prey animation, which, I don't know, pretty random, but it's pretty cool at the same time. Something to mix it up along with your role playing. Now, the first one is called the Size Zapper, adjust scale for NPC or objects. This is a huge mod, finally giving quick and easy access to resize all kinds of objects, characters, robots, you name it. Now we have that capacity at a click of a button in a really nice, well-formatted and easy to use manner. Now, to start off, when you install this mod, you'll be gifted the Size Zapper and, just as importantly, the Size Zapper settings. Now, I suggest you always go into this one first, go into your Size Zapper setting. You can add it to your quick select, and this will give you the option to change the different sizes. Now, I've got the current size set to max, which is 10, which, to give you a good idea, this is a normal size, and then you have the big girl right here, and you can make them shy, and it just looks crazy, right? Probably need that booty mod or something like that. But you have to admit the textures and everything hold out quite well. However, if we set it to the smallest size, which is set scale to the min, is 0.1. So this is absolutely tiny. Now, in order to activate this new setting that we've changed, we just need to switch over to our Size Zapper gun. Once we've selected that, we can then go boom. Okay, it didn't work on Andreja, but it did work on Sarah, and that's how tiny you can make them. Could you imagine running around the universe with little companions like that, little ants? I just want to see what happens if we get into a fight quickly. What is going on? Oh, that's crazy. Then we have Adreja. So something happens with the legs at this size. Look at this. What is Sarah even doing? Well, there you go. This is what it looks like when they're on the smallest size. It is pretty funny, but there you go. That just gives you an idea of the sheer scale. It's crazy that when Sarah walks, rocks fly up. Jeez, this is just too funny not to have a look at this again. I just want to see what it looks like when she's she's breaking all her bones just to walk. Oh, and she even fires her weapon. Oh, that's so funny. What would be cool is to have a mod that could like make the NPCs stamp the ground or something at that size. That'd be unreal. But enough mucking around. Let's have a closer look at some of the other things you can do. So for starters, let's see if we can reset the size of both our companions. Reset the scale setter to 1.0. That is pretty much the default scale for all NPCs for the most part. Okay, so after some testing, I'll just show you how you work this whole system. And just for reference, this is the Zone Zapper and this is the Zone Zapper settings. So we're going to go into the Zone Zapper settings. We're just going to set them to the default size. Now, it's really important to pay attention to what the current scale is, just to ensure you have the right thing selected. So we've got it set to scale 1. So we're just going to return them from being tiny to just normal size. You can see Sarah kicking up dust. So there you go. We can return her to the normal size, and then we'll do the same for Adreja. And there you go. We have them both just a normal size. Now, if we want to then change them to be a giant, we'd go back into here and we'll just say set to max size. We'll exit out. We'll go to our Size Zapper, make them giant. So for instance, this time we tried to change both of them to max size, and we've been able to. Sometimes you just need to do it a couple times. It is a little bit finicky, so just be mindful of that. Now that we've got them giant, we'll just go into the size setting. We're just going to reset the scaler to 1, exit, and then we need to select our Size Zapper again, and we'll just try hit them again. So we've got Adreja, and now we just need to try the same again for Sarah, and we'll just keep kind of firing. And you can see that these shots aren't actually registering on Sarah. So what you can do in this situation, if you're not able to sort of hit Sarah or get the right shot, what we can do is we can just head into the ship. We'll just do a bit of a reload, and that should hopefully fix the issue. So we'll just go into here. Now, obviously, you're not going to have 2 companions, so you probably won't have this issue, and it probably will just work much more seamlessly. But in the future, you probably will be able to have 2 anyway. So we'll just give this a shot. Now we should be able to easily shoot change her. Yeah, so sometimes it just doesn't register, so you just need to like jump into your ship, jump out. Should work fine then. And that pretty much gives you the idea of how this works. We're just upscaling and descaling. We're simply increasing the scale or decreasing. And then for the final example, let's just increase their size by 1 point, and we can actually keep clicking this to increase the current scale, or we can also then decrease it a little bit. So you can pretty much get a very precise scale of what you're after. So let's just set them to say 4.25, then we'll go back to size Zapper, and then we can go boom, boom, and they're both giant, and then we'll just rescale them back to normal. We'll just set the scaler to 1 and exit, and then go into size Zapper, boom, boom. And again, see how it doesn't, because I got 2 companions, it's probably not registering too well. There we go. It could be just a matter of getting the right hitbox, but it's so powerful. What a cool little mod. This is something you'd have to use commands for. Now on Xbox, you can just walk around and just start resizing all the characters. But yeah, it gets pretty crazy. You could just walk around, start just like making the land of giants. It reminds me of that movie where the kids turn themselves really tiny or something, and there's ants and stuff. I forgot what it's called. Used to be on TV a long time ago all the time. But this doesn't just stop with NPCs. So you can do this with a lot of different objects, and things get pretty funky when you start doing that. But there you go. You can resize many things. So for instance, we can even resize these cones if we wanted to. So here's a better example. So see that cone, we can hit this and then boom, we have giant cones. This is a really neat little mod, and you will have a lot of fun with this. And it's just so handy. It's a bit of a utility mod because a lot of the time you might want to change the size of a Vasco or a mech or some other object on your outpost. And now we have complete control just to make the land of the giants. This is a crazy mod, and this is size Zapper adjust scale for NPCs or objects, and this is by Ghost Rider 231. And the other mod you saw me using was the Prey mod. So this is prayer animation for the player, and this is by Leah Dev. And I'll just give you a better shot of it, but it's a very simple equipped item. You just equip it, and then it will just start the praying animation instantly. And as long as you don't touch the up, down, left, right, you'll just stay in that animation. So it's pretty cool. It's a neat little mod. You may find use for this, but it fits in perfectly for praising the goddesses. That pretty much sums up that mod. It's just prayer animation for player. It's going to add this prayer item into your inventory. Pretty neat. It has scriptures of the great serpent on it. So very nice, very relevant. 2 awesome mods. Let's keep moving. I just wanted to quickly touch on this community categories mod. Now, technically, this mod does nothing by itself, but it's paving the way for a framework to manage all the different decorations items that gets added to the builder menu for your outpost and ship. And I just wanted to bring this to everyone's attention, as you may see in the future mods that will require the community's categories. I think this is a terrific initiative. Just like the points of interest, we will pretty much need some kind of system for almost every kind of category of mod to somehow build frameworks to manage it all. As Starfield's mods continue to grow, we have to be very forward thinking, because this could be a nightmare within 6 months to a year. So it's really nice to see these kind of initiatives. Props to Mr. Trilby for trying to get this stuff going. Keep an eye on this. You may need to install this soon. And for mod creators, it's cool to be aware of this as well, just in case you want to use it in the future. So for this next mod, we need to head to the lodge and just head to your room. Once you're in your room, there will be a box here called the Mysterious Box, and you probably already know who this one's by. And in that box, you're going to find a clothing item called the Rings of Recruitment. We're going to just put that to a quick slot. The mod is called Recruit Anyone as a Ship Crew by LBGSHI. This mod could be huge for anyone looking to recruit more people to their ship. So now in theory, you can pretty much talk to anyone and recruit them. In order to kickstart this mod, we need to select the Ring of Recruitment, so we have it on when we're engaging with any NPC that we wish to recruit. And so for instance, we're going to try recruit Cora. We'll talk to her once, nothing will happen, then we'll talk to her again, and then we can assign her to the ship. Isn't that unreal? So basically talking to the NPC twice is going to recruit them. Now, when it comes to recruiting companions to your ship or any NPCs, keep in mind it is a final, pretty much a one-time recruitment. And when it comes to recruiting someone that's not really meant to be recruited or is required for missions, do not recruit them until you've completed all the missions related to that companion. Otherwise, you're just asking for trouble. Be smart about it. If you're going to start recruiting constellation companions or character companions happens to your ship. You really need to avoid that until the end of the game, basically. However, as you can see, we can pretty much recruit any NPC. Now, the biggest caveat to all this is that once you recruit them, I don't think you can unrecruit them. However, it is open season to pretty much recruit anyone in the known system. So just by talking to this UC security twice, boom, we get the ship menu, and now you can recruit them to your ship. Isn't that unreal? Now, when it comes to Outpost, I don't think you can assign them to your Outpost. It's only your ship that you can really assign them to, but we'll just quickly do a test. Okay, so we're going to try to assign Cora to the Outpost. So we've assigned Cora to the Outpost. So it looks like you can do it with your ship and Outpost. Okay, so I assigned her. It doesn't look like in this particular instance it's worked. So be mindful. It looks like it is just your ship. And heading back to the ship, you can see we have Cora on the ship, which otherwise has always been impossible to do. Now, to interact with your NPCs normally, make sure you unequip the recruitment item. Now, what's kind of interesting is that you can actually trade gear and interact just like you normally would when she's on the ship. And again, the really important thing to note is once you've recruited them, you cannot unrecruit them currently. So if I equip the ring of recruitment and try to talk to Cora, there'll pretty much be no way that I know of to get her back to the lodge. And that will be same for the UC security. So just keep in mind, once you've recruited them, it's final. I don't know of any other way you can get around that. It's not included in the mod yet. The other thing to note is when you recruit them, they're not going to have any skills or anything unless it's already a predetermined NPC. It's a pretty crazy mod because we can get anyone to recruit now. We could even recruit the mysterious tracker, which is pretty crazy. So lots of potential here, but also a lot of potential to muck around with your game. So just be a bit careful with this one. But if you did want to fill a whole ship full of a certain faction or something, you could also use something like the spawn follower and spawn different NPCs in and then just recruit them that way. But lots of utility. It's a pretty unreal mod. Recruit anyone as a ship crew by LBGSHI. Insane mod. Let's keep moving. This next mod is pretty damn interesting. So we're going to head down to Aquila City, as you probably all are aware where it is. Then we need to head to the Rock, which is a big building in the middle. Once inside, we just want to head up these stairs, just like where you would go to enter the bar. And we want to go to this case right here. Now, this is pretty damn wild. So we're going to go E to claim this ticket. So boom, we've got the ticket now. We've taken it. It's gone into our inventory. Now, the ticket is considered a note. So we want to head to your notes and you want to find the Spyder claim ticket. Now, we're going to hit that and then boom. Now, you can read it. It's just going to give you a brief description of, we're just going to exit. I'll show you what I mean. And it opens up another menu to claim a ship. Now, I've never seen a mod like this where we can get a ship entered into our inventory using this ticketed system. This is a bit mind-blowing because what this will mean in the future is that we could potentially have a whole other system of claiming and getting new ships. Really interesting to know how he's done this so that others could follow the same kind of suit. Now, this mod is called the Spyder and this is by Sadia Machuba, I think is how you pronounce it. This is absolutely unreal. So depending on what license you have, in my instance, I have up to Class C, so I could claim any of the different ships. And I believe you can claim each of the ships once. So I could claim the Class B, A, and C. However, if you don't have access to your Class C or Class B, you won't be able to claim those ships, is my understanding. You'll have to wait till you get that rank. So freaking insanity. Okay, so let's get the Class C. Boom, now we have it added to our ships. Isn't that crazy? So we'll just claim the Class A as well, just so we can test it out. And we'll get the Class B, which is the standard. And now if we go to our ships, you can go and see the different ships. What? This is crazy and it looks fantastic. We'll go have a closer look at this, but this is just unreal. So Class A, the Class B, and the Class C. What an incredible way to add a ship to your inventory. Now, I'm wondering if you've already met your limit of ships, if that matters. Something to be mindful, but this is unreal. Let's go have a look. So we're just going to head to a ship technician. Oh, and make sure we don't have the ring of recruitment on. Okay, so we've gone to the ship recruitment and we're going to have a look at the Class C. Going to mark that as home. Another crazy thing about this mod is that you cannot edit it. So once you've gotten a ship, that's how it is. I actually really like that aspect. And this could be a great system for us to get a ton of custom ships into the game. Next, we just need to be able to populate the universe with all the different custom ships people make and bangarang. However, we've got some fantastic weapons. We've got the Vanguard Ares Particle Cannon, the PBO 300 Auto Alpha Beam, and we've got the Obliterator 250 MEV Auto Alpha Beam. Great engines as well with the SA 4330 engines. We've got one of the best shields as well, the SG 1800. And for the grav drive, we've got the RD 3000 Beta grav drive. Now, I'm not too familiar with that one. And there you have it. What a brilliant little ship. Let's go have a closer look. And here it is in all its glory. What a fantastic looking beast. Beast. Now this is the Class C version. They'll all look the same. They'll just have slightly different weapons and power and all that sort of stuff, but you get the idea. But look how well it's been colored. Doing the coloring alone would have taken ages, as so many of the different components have been colored separately or individually, and it looks unreal. Definitely has that Spyder type look. Let's go have a look on the inside, just to give you a quick idea, but it sure is a beauty, and this is fantastic to see, because what this means is going to be huge for in the future when we can get more ships like this. So we jumped on board here, and it looks like just one of like the server rooms, tech rooms, whatever you call them. Then we jump up one hab, and then we've got 2 doors on either side, one going to like the crew area. We can also jump down the crew area. Oh nice, and down here we have a nice brig with some ammo and weapon holders. Wow, this is kind of decked out. I don't know, is this custom? This might even be slightly a bit of a custom design here, and that's the bottom. So we'll just quickly check the other side. So we've jumped over to the other side. This has just like some living quarters, and if we jump down, we have the infirmary, also having our pharmaceutical lab. So we'll just jump up. So head to the cockpit. So the cockpit is quite relatively easy to get to. So it is a tiny ship, and it doesn't appear to have like an engineering room where we could have all the other workbenches. That's not ideal, but otherwise it's pretty good. Now, unless I've missed something, it does look like that's pretty much the ship. Let's go have a quick go of it. Now, I don't know if it's a bug on my end, but at the moment I can't go into like third-person view of the ship. However, we can quickly just give it a quick test to see how potent it is, and you can see it's an absolute beast with all the different weapons. This will be able to take on pretty much most challenges depending on your difficulty, but it's a lot of fun. It's a great ship, and this is just a fantastic mod, really paving the way of what is going to be possible in the future. And this is the Spyder. What an awesome ship. Let's keep moving. Just before we go there, let's just take out a few more ships with deleting them so quickly. This thing is very powerful. A lot of fun. But yeah, you won't be disappointed. Another cool free ship to add. Something different. Let's keep moving. Okay, next we have a pretty crazy weapon. So this one, we can just head to the industrial workbench, and we have the option of the legendary or just the generic. We're going to go the legendary MagKet Launcher. Now, the concept of this weapon is pretty damn crazy, and I'll show you what I mean. And here it is. Now, as you can tell, it looks very similar or resembles the Magpulse. However, it looks so deceiving in this case. This is one brutal weapon. Now, keep in mind that the ammo is the 40mm LXP, and I'm going to show you the craziness. And here is a demonstration in slow-mo, just so you get an idea of what we're dealing with here. Yes, this is a Magpulse that fires rockets. Yes, sorry, what the hell? This is unreal. It is brutal. Now, you tie this with something like Ragdoll, and then you just have this crazy fun instance where bodies will be flying everywhere constantly. So just to show you how cool it looks. So this is it in action. So it's pretty much firing 1, 2, 3, 6 separate rockets. Crazy devastation. I mean, this weapon is absolutely bonkers. You just start firing this around, and you're going to be able to sort out any kind of enemies really quickly. Very unique and different kind of concept, and just insanely overpowered, but a lot of fun to use. It just pretty much turns into a delete all. But again, if you're playing on some crazy harder setting, this might be perfect for you, but just so much fun to use. Now, this is called the Inquisitor's MagKet Launcher, and apparently it's not 6 but 7 rockets is what it fires. But definitely something different, and the range on this is crazy. And if the higher you get or the further you are away, it sort of scatters the shots a lot more. I mean, it's a little bit interesting because sometimes it kind of does it all scattered, and then very rarely you might just get like one shot where it just fires perfectly. But how cool is that? It's got a really nice scatter shot on it where it has like crazy scatters. I really like that. That's something different. Could be interesting for a long range as well, because it's pretty much a straight projectile, so it's going to pretty much have no problem hitting distance far off. Now, I don't think you really need to modify this weapon at all. It's just insanely crazy as it is, but let's just see what happens if we go to try do that. So here we have the weapon. It does look like we can modify this as normal, including even the shock charge. So let's just try that just out of interest to see how that goes. Can even go the long barrel. So pretty much all the mods that you'd expect are available. Let's just see if it does anything drastic to the weapon. Okay, so do note, maybe do not upgrade it because it will change how the weapon fires and works. So just be mindful of that. Otherwise, it's an outstanding mod. Very interesting and unique. Let's keep moving. And here we have another Star Wars mod. This is the Juggernaut Pilot by Bone Punk. This just adds the Juggernaut Pilot, aka the transport pilot, to the game. It includes a helmet and a body. There is no morph on this, so you want to keep your character set to 0 or just keep him slim, but otherwise it's a tremendously well detailed and terrific mod. A little bit of clipping there just on the shoulder, but otherwise fantastic. Looks great. Another armor to mix it up in your Star Wars collection, and that's the Juggernaut Pilot. Let's keep going. This next mod is called eyes, a new eye selection, and this is by Alnada. This mod adds 39 new eye variant to the player character generator. Now this is pretty unreal. Some of these are fantastic, really nicely well done eyes. I mean, it really does add a whole new meaning to how you'd like your character to look just from the eye perspective. I mean, look at some of these just pierce straight into your soul and snatch it out of it, to some very beautiful galaxy kind of eyes. So it has a huge range. You won't be disappointed. It's just something nice to mix it up from the standard eye colors and really does offer a lot. However, this is only on PC, so I'm afraid for now this is just a PC mod. Mod creator mentions that they're not sure how to pack it for Xbox, but I believe this is something that you'll see in the future. So this is a terrific little customization, not on Xbox yet, only on PC, but most likely coming in the future. We'll keep an eye out for it, but just so you're aware, this might be something you want to check out later. Depending when you watch this, it could already be on Xbox right now. Terrific mod. Let's keep moving. We have to head to the Mast District, to the defense research floor of Mast. So we want to head into the elevator here, activate defense research, and from the elevator we just want to head into where all the weapons research is. So just around this area, we'll just duck around the corner and you'll find it on this table right here. And this mod is called a Gemini Rifle by Fury. Now this is cool because this is adding a sniper. Now before I show you this weapon's capabilities, let's just have a quick look at what options are available for your upgrades. In terms of upgrades, it does offer some but pretty limited modifications. However, I suggest getting the large battery. For internal, you'll have the choice of high velocity or high powered. We're going to go high powered. Then you will also have the option to change the scope from long, medium, recon, reflex. Outside that, that's pretty much your limitations on upgrades. However, this is a sniper rifle. We don't get too many mods that are sniper rifles. Being a sniper rifle, it's going to use the 50 MI ammo. Pretty damn good looking weapon though. So it's obviously sort of constructed using what they call NIFs, where you sort of combined elements of existing stuff from other weapons to construct a new weapon, or you can apply that same method for anything. But it looks superb, very well detailed, and it's just exciting to get a new sniper. So let's go test this out. Do note though, it does come with excellent damage, so it should definitely pack a punch. This is a prototype, so it has a custom sound as well, which is really nice. It actually feels terrific. It's got a really nice sort of kickback, comes back to center. Kind of reminds me of that new weapon we got as a part of the DLC, paid DLC. Forgot what that sniper's called, but it has a very similar feel to that, but it is terrific. So it is a magnetic induction weapon is the premise of it. And I tell you what, it feels fantastic. It is an absolute weapon. Pretty much one taps most things and it just feels great. This is such a good weapon. You won't be disappointed with this. This is a lot of fun. It acts very nicely as a sniper. Now it takes 8 rounds with the current configuration, and it's just an absolute beast. Now obviously if you try to use it in a method like this, it's not going to do too well unless you can land that hit, but man, it punishes. This is probably going to be one of the best feeling snipers that I've used in a while, so you definitely will enjoy this. And it's not too often we get snipers, and if you can actually hit targets, you won't be disappointed. Just see if we can do a quick close-up, because you can almost use this as a shotgun. Let's just go get nice and close and see how we go. Here we go. We got someone here. We'll just try get them by running up to them or chasing them down. Yeah, if you can connect any bullets, this is just going to delete your enemies. It's a lot of fun. I'll just show you the reload as well, just so you can get an idea, but we'll just quickly pop this guy off. Starting to run, we'll just boom, down. Now when it comes to the reload, we'll just do a quick nice reload there, and the weapon looks fantastic. Reload's great. The weapon's all aligned with the firing. It's just a beast. I mean, look at this. This is a freaking awesome weapon. Definitely worth adding this one to your collection. It's a standalone. You will have to pick it up. You just get the one, but this is huge. Really like this, and this is the Gemini Rifle by Fury. Fantastic. Let's keep moving. I'm gonna check out a mod that was uploaded quite earlier onto Creations, and this is called Mech Enemies by Radical Clown Friends. And this is a neat little mod. This is a nice little upscale mod where it's upscaled 3 of the mechs that you find in Starfield, and we'll have them spawn at a few different locations, including the deserted Ecliptic Garrison, the Mech Factory, Abandoned Weapon Station, the Freestar Mech Factory, and the Forgotten Mech Graveyard. 3 different types. They're pretty well armed with the rocket launcher, minigun, and a grenade launcher. So it's a nice little mod that adds just a bit of variety to some of the different spawns. They can be quite low level in some instances, but they still pack a punch. It's a nice little addition just to get some mechs back in the game and just to mix it up. Terrific little mod if you want to add and see a few more mechs spawn at a few different locations. Nice little mod. Let's keep moving. This is an awesome utility mod called Brad's Outpost Cleaner by old Brad, who's responsible for some of the best Outpost mods that I've seen in terms of adding a whole range of different functionality. And this particular mod is no different. Now, the first thing we need to do with this mod is go into our inventory, into our aid, and open the Outpost cleaner settings. Here, you're going to have a few different options. So not only does this relate to some Outpost settings, but it also gives you some options to change your melee range, where you can increase it to a much further distance. Same with the harvesting range. You can set that to a higher range, or we can disable the Outpost cleaner if we don't want it to be on. However, let's have a look at checking out the limit to use within Outpost. So currently that's enabled. We can also scan for Outpost beacon, which we're going to do. And we're in an Outpost right now, so you can see Outpost beacon found. However, it's better just to go search for Outpost beacon and use this setting to change the range. This is useful if you have Outposts close together and you're just trying to hammer it down just to the one. But now we've got some of these settings that we've checked out. We can go exit, and then we want to select the cleaning acts of neatness. Now this is a fantastic little mod. So for instance, let's say we wanted to remove this rock from our Outpost. Boom, we can go up to it and just delete it. Now this will work on rocks, trees. Sometimes it doesn't work, so I'm not exactly sure how that's meant to work, but in most cases you can remove a lot of different things. Another example, let's just say we wanted to remove this huge thing. We can walk up to it and just hit it. Now sometimes it is a little bit finicky, but just give it a couple hits and it should disappear. Same with some of the rocks. You may note that it doesn't disappear. It can just take a few swings. And just as another example, you can see it takes a little while, but it will delete pretty much anything you hit. This is such a crazy mod. You can go around deleting most things now. So this could be extremely helpful to anyone who's had annoyances in their Outpost and they just want to get rid of certain things. And this is where that range will also come in play. You can add the adjust the range so you don't have to get so close to everything. Now there have been a few objects I haven't been able to delete, like this rock here, so there are some limitations, but outside that it's pretty fair game. It's a terrific mod. You'll find a lot of use for this if you need to delete stuff. So just to go over that again, we would go to aid, Outpost cleaner. We would go to an Outpost, would go search for an Outpost. It's going to search. It says the beacon has been found. So now we can start deleting and hitting stuff within this area, and it's going to remove these items. Brad's Outpost cleaner. Definitely give it a go if you have some stuff you need deleted.
Thank you very much for watching. If you get anything out of this, consider liking, subscribing, commenting. Let me know what you think about some of these mods. You can let me know what mods you'd like me to cover, or if there's anything on your mind, just drop it in the comment. Thanks again, and peace.